Everyone from a rainy Namma Bengaluru. Okay, it's again raining cats and dogs, but today I did not want to cancel the class. So limited offline students, many of you will be attending offline. So here's what we will do. Okay, since it's raining generally post 4 p.m., 4:30 p.m., we will change the class timings to 1 p.m. from tomorrow onwards. So 1 to 3:30 p.m. we will wrap up the class, and before it can start raining, you can be back to your safe havens. Okay, at your rooms or PGs. So we will shift the class timings. Okay, because I think this trend of evening rains, this trend of evening rains is here to stay. So we will adapt to that. And I wouldn't be surprised if it starts raining cats and dogs at 1 p.m. tomorrow itself, because as they say, right, man proposes, God disposes. Let's do a quick audio and video check for online students. So if you are able to hear me. We'll do a quick audio and video check. All right. So in the last session, a quick recap because yesterday was a gap. So in the previous session, we covered the following things. We first saw what UPSC expects from you people, right? All the parameters on which you have to craft your essays, right? After that, we saw various types of essays that you can write: argumentative type of essay, expository or analytical type of essay, descriptive type of essay. And then we saw the various parts of the essays that are there. We started off with the introduction. Introduction generally consists of 3 parts, that is the hook, the funnel and the thesis. Before that, we spoke briefly about brainstorming. I told you just the outline of brainstorming, how you should do. So for the first few tests, that will be sufficing. In December, when we have the advanced set of classes, we'll have brainstorming again, so that I can paint you a complete picture. And here we saw about hooks. There are various types of hooks that you can write. I told you what are the types of hooks that you can, which are acceptable or which are impactful for a civil service examination. We saw anecdotal hook is very nice, descriptive hook in the plan B, or there is also an interesting question hook that you can go. Sometimes it can be a combination of both short anecdote and description, interesting question and an anecdote, interesting question and a description. Combo also you can take. And I generally told strong statement or a declaration hook, or the ones fact or a statistic hooks is not needed. But when it comes to quotation hooks or quote based hooks, for philosophical topic I do not suggest quote based hook, whereas for technical topics more than welcome. So combination of a quote and a descriptive hook, right? So that you can write. And then we practiced writing a couple of hooks, and that's where we stopped. Today let's go further. Today is a very important class because we are going to study about the thesis statement, which contains the core argument. Before that, very briefly we are going to cover about funnel. Now what exactly is a funnel? You all know in schools and your colleges you have studied a funnel, right? Funnel very broad at the top and the end is narrow. So the purpose of funnel is you give it a broad opening and you narrow it down. To pour some liquid, generally some petrol or some liquid, some chemicals, you use a funnel. Now for essay, some similar purpose it serves, the funnel. Now if you see here, the hook or the attention getter that you are trying to capture the attention of the examiner is a broad anecdote that you can write. That's quite broad. It fits into the entirety of the topic. But by using the funnel, you are narrowing it down to the specifics of the topic. Now for example, we use that one, no? When you realize nothing is lacking, the entire world belongs to you. Some of you gave example of Mahatma Gandhi, some of you wrote hooks of Swami Vivekananda, some of you wrote Helen Keller. So everything is fitting into here. Rather than it, you are making it fit here. But from here, when you come here, you are specifying. with respect to the topic. The connection with the topic will happen using the funnel before you write the thesis. Thesis is completely with respect to the topic. Hook, entirety of the topic you are trying to fit. Funnel, you are narrowing down towards the topic, and when it comes to thesis, it will be completely. We'll come to thesis, but funnel. Now, what exactly is a funnel? How to write a funnel? Before we can tell that, I will tell you, since you are writing a civil services essay, introduction cannot be too big. Nothing can be too big. Everything has to fit in the given prescribed word limit. So my suggestion here is, funnel, you take a call whether or not to write based on the topic given. Now, what you have to do is, you see, first pay attention, then I'll dictate. Okay, this is very simple. If the topic is very complicated, if the topic has some hidden or essence of the topic has to be written, then use a funnel. For example, my perception of you is a reflection of me. My reaction to you is an awareness of me. Very complicated topic. There use a funnel. For example, a ship in a harbor is safe, but that is not what a ship is for. Not that complicated, but there is a hidden meaning, essence is there. But if the topic is courage to accept, dedication to improve, or 2 keys to success, hardly any hidden meaning, there you can skip the funnel. Even for technical topics, artificial intelligence, capitalism, patriarchy, social media, anything technical topic, there is no hidden meaning per se. There you can skip the funnel and directly go to the thesis statement. This is to save the word. Okay, this will not make much of a difference. The most important thing are this and this. This is optional as per the topic that is given. Use a funnel where the topic is slightly complicated, not easy to comprehend. So we are using the funnel, and it serves 2 purposes here. One, it is narrowing down the topic, that is the purpose of the funnel. Second, we are using the funnel to convey to the examiner that we have understood the topic beyond any reasonable doubt. Because hook is very broad. Now, for example, a ship in a harbor is safe, that is not what a ship is for. You will take any n number of example from Virat Kohli to Cristiano Ronaldo, how they took calculated risk, to Vasco da Gama, to Christopher Columbus, to ISRO, to NASA, anything will fit there. But that may actually be a coincidence. By stating the funnel, you are like, beyond any reasonable doubt, I have understood the topic. But if the topic is easy, courage to accept, dedication to improve, like that, then no need of a funnel. It's optional. It's optional. If the introduction is becoming little short, use a funnel. If introduction is of optimum size, then directly go to the thesis statement. Right? So now, what you have to do? How do you write a funnel? Very simple. The topics are there. Alright? So you tell what is the essence of the topic. What exactly is the essence of the topic, core meaning behind the topic, if there is a hidden meaning behind the topic. These are all PYQs. Right? One sentence, one line, that's all. It has to be as short as possible. One sentence, one line, not more than that. Anything more than that, it will either reduce the impact of the hook or compromise upon the thesis statement. So generally how the structure, where exactly is the funnel located? Let's say you wrote a paragraph. First paragraph is your hook. Second paragraph generally contains your thesis. Sometimes when the topic is big, you will write 2 paragraphs of hook. And your thesis will come in the 3rd paragraph. If you are using a funnel, the thesis paragraph, the first sentence should be the funnel. The thesis paragraph that you start. First paragraph will be the hook, or sometimes first and second paragraph. So if your hook is first and second paragraph, 3rd paragraph is your thesis. There, if you are writing the funnel, the first statement there should be the funnel. If you are writing thesis in the 2nd paragraph, first statement should be the funnel, if you are using a funnel. Do not merge the funnel with the hook. Hook, end it, and then comes the funnel and the thesis. Clear? If the hook is of just one paragraph, second paragraph you're starting the thesis, the first statement of that will serve as the funnel, first statement or first line. Or if you've written the hook for 2 paragraphs, then third paragraph. And obviously you cannot write the introduction more than 3 paragraphs, 1.5 page, 15% of your essay maximum, 10% minimum, 15% maximum. Anything beyond that or lesser than that is counterproductive. Okay, so take down funnel. Very simple this is, and then we'll identify some core meanings of this topics. Funnel. Funnel serves the purpose of narrowing down the topic from the broad hook that you write, narrowing down the topic from the broad hook that you write to the thesis, to the thesis statement, which is which is very specific. Thesis statement, which is very specific. Next point. Use funnel if the given topic is a philosophical one, having an abstract nature, if the given topic is a philosophical one having an abstract nature or a hidden meaning, Next point. If the given topic is pretty straightforward, or technical in nature, funnel becomes optional. Next point. If your hook is very short or small, then definitely write a funnel, because this will become the filler there. Then definitely write a funnel. Next point. Ensure that you convey the funnel in bracket, meaning of the topic given, close the bracket, in a maximum of 1 sentence, or 2 lines. In a maximum of 1 sentence or 2 lines. Next point. At no cost, the funnel should compromise the quality of the thesis statement. Compromise the quality of thesis statement. Clear? Very simple. Short, sweet, maximum of 1 sentence, that is 2 lines. Ensure that even if the topic is abstract, you are writing a funnel where it is recommended It is short and sweet, and it is not hampering the quality or the length, because what happens is when you write funnel and the thesis, the paragraph will become big. So you have to ensure that the funnel is as short and sweet as possible. So let's decipher the core meaning of this topic one after the other. So what does this mean? Online students, you let me know here in the chat box itself. A smile is the chosen vehicle for all ambiguities. What's the funnel? If you have to write a funnel, or just do one thing, just write it off and then read it simultaneously. A smile is the chosen vehicle for all ambiguities. So what is the essence here? What is the core meaning of the topic? A smile is the chosen vehicle for all ambiguities. Write a funnel, one statement, 1 to 2 lines. Decipherment. Yeah? What is it? A smile is the chosen vehicle for all ambiguities. Come on, online students in the chat box, offline students, yeah? Come on, it's not that of a complicated topic. A smile is a chosen vehicle for all ambiguities. Why are you guys stressing so much? What is it? Come on, tell me. Write it down and tell me. Tell me, come on. What do you feel?
A good smile on face solve all the problems in life.
Okay, a good smile on face solves all the problems on life. Decent enough interpretation. Good. Yeah. Others. Because that's the beauty of philosophical topics. Everybody has their almost own interpretation. 80% overlap will be there, but 20% divergence will be there. Tell me, what is your interpretation?
A simple thing like a smile can be a panacea for all problems.
Can be a
Panacea.
punishing.
No, panacea
Oh, panacea. Okay, yeah.
for all problems.
Okay. A simple smile can be a panacea for all the problems. Good enough. As simple as that, right? So, online students have not responded, but good enough. See, a smile can be your rescue in uncertain situations. Ambiguity means it's an uncertain situations. To make it more specific, but you both were also right. Next one, come on. It is very simple. History is a series of victories won by the scientific man over the romantic man. History is a series of victories won by the scientific man over the romantic man. Very simple, much more simpler. History is a series of victories won by the scientific man over the romantic man. Yes? Who can tell me? Very simple. History is a series of victories won by the scientific man over the romantic man. What will be a funnel for this? What is the essence here? Come on, tell me. Come on, it's not that complicated. I don't give spoon feeding. You have to tell me. For long term growth, intellectual wealth comes handy. Okay, decent enough interpretation there. Others?
Our past is a continuous streams, one by rational scientific self over romantic self.
That's like a paraphrasing of the topic. So that's what I was waiting, somebody paraphrases. So remember, funnel is not a paraphrasing of the topic. Here you have to identify the core meaning of the topic. So here he just paraphrased. Our past is a series of victories over our romantic self of our intellectual self. No, the paraphrasing not allowed. Not thinking too much and doing what's important and right. Okay, to an extent. Being rational in life leads us in difficulties than being emotional. That is a very good interpretation. So essence of this topic is very simple. History is testimony that rationality has prevailed over emotions. That is the aspect here. So what is telling? History is a series of victories won by the scientific man over the romantic man. History is a testimony where rationality has prevailed over emotions or logic over emotions. It's up to you. You are the author. You can interpret anyways. Okay. So if you can convey that, this thing. Yeah. Next one. Philosophy of wantlessness is utopian, whereas materialism is a chimera. Philosophy of wantlessness is utopian, whereas materialism is a chimera. Philosophy of wantlessness is utopian, whereas materialism is a chimera. Come on, tell me. What do you guys think is the interpretation? Again, relatively moderate topic, not too difficult.
Matter prevails over idea.
Sorry?
Matter prevails over idea.
Matter prevails over idea. No, not a correct interpretation. Yeah. What else? Nagraj? When you don't respond, I start taking names. Harsha? Come on, Harsha. Bindu?
Imagination versus practice.
Okay, now for a topic that is little complicated, I'll just elaborate a bit here. What you have to do is here, sort of identify the words that matter in this. The wantlessness matters, materialism matters. These are the two major words here. Okay, the remaining things were relatively simple. This is a slightly complicated topic because this came from 2021, right? So that was the toughest probably in the history of UPSC essay. So philosophy doesn't matter. Next thing here is utopian and chimera. Probably you understand what is wantlessness. What is wantlessness? Detachment, not uselessness. Okay, wantlessness is self-sufficiency. You don't want anything. Non-materialism. Opposite of materialism. Non-materialism. You don't want anything. Now, utopia, you understand? Utopian state, ideal. Okay, ideal, perfect state. Materialism, you all understand? Basic, excessive greed and everything. Yeah, I know. Chimera is the complicated word here. Okay, so I'll give you the meaning of chimera. Chimera means imaginary. So chimera means imaginary. Now see if you can get it. Now I have pointed out what wantlessness is, what materialism is, and chimera means imaginary. Now see if you can get the philosophy of wantlessness is utopian, that is ideal or perfect. While materialism is a chimera, imaginary. Not exactly imaginary, chimera means some imaginary beast, but I have simplified it as some imaginary state. Chimera is a little complicated word, but I have little simplified, oversimplified actually. Okay, let's do it here. The philosophy of wantlessness is utopian. So what do you understand wantlessness is utopian? Wantlessness is ideal. So to not want anything, to survive with absolutely nothing is utopian, means it is not possible to achieve. So complete wantlessness, complete perfectionist wantlessness, idealistic wantlessness is utopian, because utopia we cannot never achieve. That's the ideal state. We can never reach that ideal state. Right, this part clear? While materialism is a chimera. So while materialism is a concept where you want things. Chimera, imaginary. That means you keep on going in circles. Like no matter what you get, you will want more. Because there is no limit. So basically what this topic tells is, avoid both the extremes. Utopian wantlessness and materialistic chimera. So it should be somewhere in the middle. I know if you do not understand this, never attempt this. I'm just telling, if at all they choose to go back to 2021 kind of topics. So it says both are extremes. Okay, wantlessness is utopian, wantlessness is idealistic. So some amount of materialism is needed, but not excessive greed. So we don't want the extremes of wantlessness and materialism. We want the middle path.
Capitalism, socialism.
You can bring capitalism, communism, socialism is in the middle. You will definitely write that as a dimension in the body, for sure. Okay, if you understand the topic. Okay, so both are the extremes. We want the middle path.
What if the statement comes under an ethics and I have to attend and I don't know the meaning of it?
See, one thing is, sometimes if you can read Hindi, Hindi meaning will be little simplified. So that is one way. Okay, sometimes that helps, but for that you should know Hindi, right? At least understandably Hindi. Okay. Otherwise, you will have keywords, right? You have to play with the keywords. If it comes in ethics, wantlessness and materialism, since it will be just maximum for 10 marks. Okay. So you have to write something on wantlessness, something on materialism to the best possible extent. They're damage control. In essay, if you do not understand, say thank you for appearing, but I will pick something else. No, don't risk it, because 10 marks and 125 marks. Okay. There if you get even 2.5 marks, it's a bonus. Here if you lose, day one only your game is gone. Your game over. Okay. Next. Yeah. This is fairly easy. The process of self-discovery has been technologically outsourced. Process of self-discovery has been technologically outsourced. Yeah, what is it? It's very simple. Process of self-discovery has been technologically outsourced. Come on, now try the breakdown. Okay, identify some keywords that give meaning. Try breakdown technique you try. Because what if all the 4 topics are like this? We'll have to anyways write at least one, right? So try and break it down and see. What is it? Come on, tell me.
Finding and showing our talent through use of technology.
Okay, to an extent fine, but not the perfect one. Finding and showing of the talent through use of technology. Okay, so online students, let's see. With the advent of excessive electric devices, we completely rely on technology. Not that up to the mark.
Dependency to accessibility.
Sorry?
Dependency to accessibility.
Dependency to accessibility to an extent. With the advent, technology has become a tool for self discovery. Almost restatement of the topic itself. Yeah. Anything else? Anything else?
Recent past of man making is more technologically advanced.
Okay. To an extent, fine. Yeah.
Modern technologies limit individual in modern world addicted to technology and has too low time to understand one oneself.
No, that's actually the opposite of what the topic is trying to convey. That can be the antithesis. Very simple, guys. See, what is self-discovery? Self-discovery can be self-awareness, knowing oneself. So, just very simple. Technology today plays a very important part for us to be self-aware. As simple as that. So, say that today there are so many apps, so many devices that our self-discovery has now been technologically outsourced. Earlier, how to know ourselves, we should go to guides, mentors, gurus, babas, family, friends, therapists. Now you can chat GPT. Okay, from past 3 days I am not getting good sleep. Okay, always feel stressed, overwhelmed, right, and always on the edge. It looks like you are suffering from anxiety. It will give you. So that's what self-discovery has been technologically outsourced. As simple as that. Last one, very simple topic, but sometimes simple is the ultimate sophistication. So simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. What do you understand by that?
So the fourth one, I was like, if the essay statement is negative,
Huh.
then what would be the funnel statement would be? Whether I can
Same exact meaning of that.
The
Exact
solution-
meaning.
The solution for that should be
In the body or the conclusion.
in another 2 lines.
No. Don't more than a sentence or 2 lines. Do not over elaborate the funnel. Okay. So yeah, fifth one, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication.
Unnecessary complicated things to achieve.
Unnecessary complicated things to
Achieve simplicity.
achieve simplicity to an extent. Good. Yeah. What else? Simplicity is the
Simple ideas solve complex problems.
simple ideas solve complex problems. That is one good interpretation. One more. One more. Come on. Very simple, but not so simple. That's why the essay statement says simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Very simple. Let's see, online students, how a person who is true to his conscience and values attract naturally. Okay, one interpretation can be used in the body, not as a funnel. Can be used in the body. Simple ideas are the path resolution of greater hurdles. Yeah, good. See, very simple. The simple meaning behind this is, to be simple is the most complex thing. As simple as possible. To be simple is the most complex thing. That's about it. Let's go to the next set. These are the model topics. Okay, first one, anyways, we have done. We'll go to the second one. Very easy ones. Okay, the difference between stumbling blocks and stepping stones is how you use them. Very simple. The difference between stepping stones and stumbling blocks is how you use them.
The word is how we perceive it.
No, very too simple.
There are two uses to it. Right?
Yeah. So, difference between stumbling blocks and stepping stones is how you use them. Right attitude or perspective for any problems. It's about creating opportunities in problems. So it's about perspectives, right? You may see it as an opportunity, you may see it as a problem. So that's what stumbling blocks means, a problem. Stepping stones is an opportunity.
Mindset is a very important role in the reach the goal.
Yeah, that also you can do. Okay, so here stumbling blocks means seeing it as a problem, this thing. So how you use them, it's like how you see them, how you perceive them, how you utilize them. Simple.
Choice what we make.
Choice what we make with respect to problems and opportunities. Knowledge speaks, wisdom listens. I know, very simple again. So knowledge speaks, wisdom listens. Come on, very simple. Let your knowledge speak, let my wisdom listen.
So can I use a quote on the front?
No, no quotes on the funnel. Simple one statement. You can modify that quote and use it like a statement. See, be innovative, be creative. That's where you get most of the marks. That's where you get most of the marks. Come on, tell me. Knowledge speaks, wisdom listens. Sometimes the shortest topics are the toughest ones to decipher, right? Come on, quickly. So what do you think? Knowledge speaks, wisdom listens. Okay, it's not the situation, but attitude towards defines our path. I think the student meant for the second topic. Third topic we are in. Knowledge tells us the way forward, but wisdom decides to act on it or not. Good enough. Okay, knowledge tells us the way forward, but wisdom decides to act in or not. Visionary people gives primacy to listening over talking much. The most simplest one, still right. Okay, visionary people gives primacy to listening over talking much. Knowledge talks what is life, but wisdom about what ought to be our life. Little complicated, keep it a little simple, right? So, as this thing, okay. So knowledge gives us information.
Wisdom is the highest form of knowledge.
Wisdom is the highest form of knowledge. You use the quote only, yeah, but this thing. I got it. Okay, so knowledge gives us information. Okay, wisdom leads us to acting upon that information or making an informed choice or developing an insight. Okay, so that is with respect to that. Last one we will do. The universe is not required to be in perfect harmony with human ambition. The universe is not required to be in perfect harmony with human ambition. There is this Shah Rukh's famous dialogue, right? इतनी शिद्दत से मैंने तुम्हें चाहने की कोशिश की है कि हर जर्रे ने तुमसे मिलाने की कोशिश की है, right? So that's antithesis of this, opposite of that, exactly. The universe is not required to be in perfect harmony with human ambition? Come on. What do you think? What is your interpretation of this topic? The universe is not required. Raju.
Need not to expect the things.
Need not to?
Expect the things.
From?
From
Come on, tell me. Very simple. Come on, guys. Don't think so hard. Sometimes you cannot overcomplicate this. Yeah, tell me. So road is not always laid upon to walk. Sometimes we need a courage to build one. Good enough. Right? Road is not always laid upon to walk. Sometimes we need courage to build one. Nature is a self-surviving system that need human, but human do need it for development. Decent enough, okay, not like to the point. All human ambition does not sync with environmental sustainability. Very narrow interpretation, can be little broader. See, it's not determined that all your efforts will succeed. There will always be obstacle. You have to have the will to overcome it. As simple as that. The path is not like very simple. There will be obstacles. Universe will manifest various obstacles. You will have to cross to achieve it. That exactly is the funnel. When the topics are complicated like this one and the previous slide where we saw, definitely use a funnel. Otherwise, you see the length of your hook and the thesis. Draft thesis you would have done in the brainstorming sheet itself, right? I discussed in the last session. Based on that, you decide whether or not you will use the funnel. Okay? Any doubts you can ask now. Otherwise, we will move on to a very important part of essay, often ignored or missed and often not written up properly, the thesis statement. Alright, so if no further doubts, let me begin with the thesis statement. Now the thesis statement contains this. If you can remember this scene from the famous movie 3 Idiots. All of you are now so far writing thesis statement like this. Some verbatim things with respect to the topic given. Or people will write, in this essay we will do this, we will do that, then we will see this, then we will see that, then we will go to Manali, then we will go to Shimla, then we will come back to Bangalore. You will tell the purpose of the essay, what you are going to do. Is that thesis? Answer is both yes and no. Means it is part of thesis, but you are not hitting the bullseye. When I read that kind of thesis, when you write your essays, in this essay we will do this, we will see why wisdom speaks, why knowledge listens, why wantlessness is utopian, why materialism is chimera, why the universe will not be in perfect harmony with human ambitions, then we will see how it will be in perfect harmony, blah blah blah. my reaction is very simple, like, this thing, like, what exactly you want to say? Kehna kya chahte ho? Like, what exactly you want to say? Because you are saying everything. You are saying everything except the things that are supposed to be said as a part of thesis. Because what I said, like, in this essay we'll see this, that is a part of thesis, but not the part of thesis that will fetch you marks or give a solid impact to your introduction. So let us see what exactly a thesis statement contains. The thesis statement contains the core or the main argument of the essay, which also contains the point of view. So both are same almost. Core or main argument of the essay, the point of view of the author, that is you. Okay, your point of view. Then it also contains the purpose of the essay. Now let's start from the bottom. First I will tell you the purpose of the essay. What exactly is the purpose of the essay? What I just told, right? What you people generally do. In this essay we will see this, we will see that, then this, and we will conclude with this. That is exactly that is called as the purpose of the essay. When I told you is it a part of thesis, I told you both yes or no. Yes, because it is there as a part of thesis. But the thing here is, you are missing out on core argument, which includes the point of view of the author, and you are just writing the purpose. You are forgetting the first two, and you are writing the third one, purpose of the essay. Which happens, lot of the people do that. What has happened is, I don't know why, it has been normalized. Thesis means purpose of the essay. Purpose of the essay is a part of thesis statement. But it is not the entire thesis. Thesis contains majorly two parts, core argument plus point of view of the author, and then the purpose of the essay. Core argument and point of view of the author is the most important part. Purpose of the essay is optional. You can write that in one line. Like, okay, the same has been analyzed in this essay. Or you can write 3 lines based on the size of your introduction. But you cannot forget the core argument. It's like, core argument is like, simply put, heart of the essay. And the purpose of essay is like appendix. You all understand appendix? Appendix, if it is there, doesn't make any difference. If it's not there also, doesn't make any difference. But if heart is not there, you will die. Okay, so simply put, core argument is the heart of the essay. Means, now, because what happens is, when you write the hook, it's a very broad thing. When you write the body, it can be broad, it can be narrow, it will be a mix of both things. You will take arguments, you will take counter arguments, you will do some analysis, you will write examples, and then you write conclusion, which is again broad. Now if I have to ask you, what exactly is your opinion with respect to the topic? Kehna kya chahte ho? You have to point me to the core argument. This is exactly my interpretation. This is exactly my opinion of the topic. This is what I personally, as an author, as the person who is writing the essay, this is what I feel about the topic. This is my point of view. This is my core argument. And there can be, again, counter arguments will be there in the body, additional arguments will be there, but everything will be built up on the core argument. Clear? So let me just restate before I tell you how to write, how to frame a core argument, which includes your point of view. So first thing is, thesis statements contains of 2 major parts. First one is the core argument or the main argument of the essay, which includes the point of view of the author, generally in the support, sometimes in the opposition. That will come to it later. It also contains the purpose of the essay. In this essay we'll do this, we'll do that. The core argument is a must and should. It's like the heart of the essay, whereas purpose of the essay is optional again. You can write it in 1 line, you can write it in 3-4 lines, you can skip it also, doesn't make a difference. But core argument has to be there. So generally, if you write 1 paragraph of hook, your thesis should be in the 2nd paragraph containing the core argument. If you write 2 paragraphs of hook, thesis should be there in the 3rd paragraph containing the core argument. Should not cross more than 3 paragraphs. So by 1.5 page, your introduction should be over. Minimum of 1 page, maximum of 1.5 page. Only in extreme cases like the topic, your perception of me is a reflection of you and my reaction to you is an awareness of me. Those big topic, half page extra you can take. Rare cases. All the other topics, try and finish off your introduction in the first 1.5 page. 3 paragraphs at max. If not 2. 2 paragraphs means 1 page to 1 page and 1 more quarter you can write. Alright, so from now onwards, whatever essay you write, core argument has to be there as a part of your thesis. Whether or not you write purpose of the essay, it's up to you. Okay, if the overall introduction is becoming a little short, okay, you can definitely write the core argument. The purpose of the essay. If not, just write it one line. And the same write the core argument, and the same has been analyzed in the following essay or following pages. Now, coming to how do you write a core argument? Before that, we will do some. I like to do some social experiments. Okay, for online students, you just follow me now. Okay, because to do it with you people, it will take too much time. So I'll do with the people who turned out in rain today. Okay, for all of you, I'll give you one personality. You just randomly, without thinking too much, you have to tell me what do you feel about that personality. Okay, so don't tell anything controversial. Okay, I'll give you some neutral personalities itself. Okay, we'll start with you. Okay, in one statement, what do you think about that personality? Mahatma Gandhi.
Source of inspiration.
Source of inspiration, right? For him, Mahatma Gandhi, source of inspiration. For you, Raju. APJ Abdul Kalam. Visionary human being. Okay, visionary human being. Good. Harsha. Okay. For you, B.R. Ambedkar.
Social justice.
Okay, little bit more. Don't give me keywords. Like, one statement you give, champion of social justice. Right? And then Mother Teresa.
Empathy and compassion.
That's what. Give me a statement. Okay, a source of empathy and compassion. I forgot your name. Anand. Anand Baba Amte.
Social reformer.
Okay, a champion social reformer. Nagaraj. Raja Ram Mohan Roy.
Source of social reform.
Okay, all right. Prithvik. Robert Clive. Going to negative side. Yeah.
Full of imperialism.
Oh, full of imperialism. Full of imperialism. For you, Akbar.
Great ruler.
A great ruler. Okay. So now, when I gave you various personalities, you gave me what you told about or what you felt about them. That too, without thinking. It was like a spot thing. Now, if I asked you to now write about those personalities after thinking for a minute or two, probably you'll give me a paragraph. Okay, your opinion. I'm asking for your opinion. So you'll give me a paragraph of what you feel about them, right? Now, all of you got a personality. If I give you more time to think, now generally all of you told, because Clive was a negative personality, he told little negative. But if time giving, you'll give me a balanced opinion. Like you'll tell the limitations of Mahatma Gandhi or any other social religious reformer or king. Everybody will have their both, good things and the limitations, right? So exactly what you have to do in the core argument. The topic is given. Your opinion on that topic. But yeah, unlike personalities, it's not easy to form an opinion. What do you feel about that? Do you agree with the topic? Do you disagree with the topic? Or are you both? Like, partially agree, partially disagree, like neutral.
So is it like setting up hypothesis?
It's more of a thesis. Okay, I'll come there. Right. So we'll take on some sample topic and we will go. Alright, now we'll take with one, a PYQ, right? A smile is a chosen vehicle for all ambiguities. A smile is a chosen vehicle for all ambiguities. Now, first listen to me, then I will dictate, not a problem. We are still we're trying here. So, now do you think that for all ambiguities you should be smiling in life? All uncertainties, all ambiguities. Do you universally agree with this statement? 100%? No, right? Sometimes you have to be serious, right? You cannot, like, let's say your whole world is falling apart. You cannot stand there smiling like a fool, right? You have to have certain seriousness. Yes, even the most difficult times, you have to put up a smile, you have to put up a brave face, you have to put up a facade. You can largely agree with the topic, but there will always be some 10%, 20% disagreement with the topic. Yeah, there are certain situations where you have to put up a poker face or forget smile or put up a serious face. So when I am supporting the topic, it's called as for the topic or in support of the topic. It is also called as a thesis, for thesis. When I am saying no, at times we cannot always smile in uncertain situation, that is called as antithesis. Thesis, antithesis. And when you merge the both, that's where you get your core argument, which you also call it as synthesis. Thesis plus antithesis leads to synthesis, that is your core argument. See, core argument is little complicated than that when it comes to standard forms of essay writing. But for UPSC, better to write a very holistic core argument, right? So first go for the thesis, because generally if the topic is like that, you cannot directly start no smile, you cannot smile ever in your life, you have to be very serious. You cannot do that. First see the nature of the topic, right? And then you have to go to the antithesis. First synthesis. Synthesis is always in the support of the topic. Then the antithesis, the thesis in the support of the topic. Antithesis is the little bit opposition, and balancing both or merging them both together is the synthesis. That gives you the core argument, which is your point of view with respect to the topic. Now, before that, there are some certain more nuances and subtleties here. First, you have to see what is that nature of topic that is given. Here, you can largely agree with the topic. So, yeah. Here, it is slightly more argumentative when it compares to the previous topic. You can argue that no, sometimes romantic man can also win over scientific man. Sometimes emotions can be more strong than logic. Emotions can overpower logic. You take a war or a battlefield, right? Sometimes all logic says one person or one country will win, but sometimes in that moment of emotions, upsets can happen. Cricket, football, it keeps happening, right? Next, this part, sometimes you have to again largely agree with it, because staying at the extremes is not possible at all. But there are exceptions who have always gone, like Buddha, right, Mahavira or Vijay Mallya, right, on the materialism. There will always be exceptions, right? Or so you don't have to write examples. I'll come to that in a while. I'm just giving you an idea of how to identify so that you can frame your core argument as part of your thesis. Next, this is again, we can strongly argue, no, technology has come, but still we cannot outsource human beings, we cannot outsource friends, we cannot outsource family, we cannot outsource medical therapists. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Again, 80% you can agree, but 20% there is always a doubt. Like, no, sophistication is sophistication, simplicity is simplicity. Right? First you need to identify. No, let's say there is sometimes, generally in UPSC it will not happen per se, but they may give a universal truth. Let's give a very simple topic. Integrity is must and should for all civil servants. There you cannot develop an antithesis. No, at times civil servants cannot have integrity. No. If it's a universal topic, Sometimes, it rarely happens. There, synthesis is the thesis. Got it? Generally, topics will be like this. These are the PYQs itself. Okay, where you can create both thesis as well as antithesis to make the synthesis. But sometimes, if they give a universal statement, then, or like if it's a technical topic, like there was one PYQ, the future of the country is shaped in its classrooms. You cannot give a antithesis, no, it's also shaped in the playgrounds of the school. It's a universal topic, it's like a thing that, so you just have to write for the topic there, agree with it, that is your thesis. Now there was one topic, social media is inherently a selfish medium. Now there can be both thesis as well as antithesis, because social media can have compassionate things. So many crowdfunding etc. is happening because of that. Clear about this? First, identify the nature of the topic. 95% of the topics will have an antithesis to be written. That is against the topic that is given. 90% of the topic. Now, for example, if the topic is, can capitalism bring inclusive growth? Answer is both yes and no. So, yes is thesis and no is the antithesis. When you merge both, synthesis. Are you getting? So identify. First step here is identifying the topic. What exactly is it? 95% of the time there is a possibility for an antithesis. 5% of the time it's a universal topic. Their thesis is equal to synthesis. Now, then there is the next step comes. First to write the thesis in support. Always start with the thesis. I'll dictate. Okay, first pay attention. It's the most important part. First you write the thesis. Then before starting the antithesis, going to the opposing half, you have to use a connective word here. It should be very evident that you are going on to the antithesis. The connective word can be however, but, contrary. It makes it very clear that it's a core argument, and second of all, you are going to the antithesis. Clear? However, but, contrary, or any similar words like this. Generally, most of the people use however, but, on the contrary. However and but are the most common. Let's say, a smile is a chosen vehicle for all ambiguities. In uncertain situations, a human being can don a smile which will help him overcome those tough situations. However, a smile can be counterproductive in certain situations and has to be used based on the situations. History is a series of victories won by the scientific man over a romantic man. History has shown that logic has prevailed over emotions largely. And time and again, the emotional part is trumped by the intellectual part. But there are also instances where emotions have prevailed against all odds over intellectualism. And same has been analyzed in the essay. I am including the purpose of the essay also. We'll do the exercises. I'm just giving you sample ones. Okay. Next, philosophy of wantlessness is utopian while materialism is a chimera. While both extremes are not advisable, a human being should act in moderation when it comes to both wantlessness or extreme materialism, because it is not practical to achieve both extremes. However, certain individuals have shown that the extremes are also occasionally possible. Now, the process of self-discovery has been technologically outsourced. Technology is playing a very important part in us developing self-awareness. It ensures that we know our strengths, we know our limitations, and helps us analyze and gives us insight. However, technology cannot replace human interactions like friends, family, and medical professionals. So a part of it may have been outsourced, but not the entirety of it. Same thing for simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Clear? Right? So very simple. First synthesis, then first is thesis, that is in support of the topic. First identify the topic, how it is. 95% of the time you will have both thesis and antithesis. Identify the thesis in support of the topic. One statement against the topic, that is the antithesis, and then you form the synthesis. Now how do you form this thing? How do you derive it? Go to the brainstorming sheet. Let's say all the dimensions of the bodies are done. Introduction is done, conclusion is done. Then you will see what are the various dimensions of the body you have taken. What are the support of the topic? What are the opposition of the topic? And there you write a draft core argument. There, immediately after that. Then, after the hook is done, you can write a fair core argument. Draft you write it there, fair you write it in the actual place. Because for you to derive, now to very easily you are getting both the thesis and the antithesis. There you have to go little bit in depth. It has to be more holistic and effective. It should comprise as holistic as possible. Clear? Now next thing, before we can move further, just give me a moment. Now, next thing, before you write a core argument. See, here the core argument, point of view of author. It should be your own point of view. Here, no need to quote anybody. Many people quote Socrates, Mahatma Gandhi, XYZ thinkers. No. It should be your own point of view. Even if you are quoting somebody, just paraphrase that. Don't give them the credit. Like you are giving a quote, just write the quote. Tell it it's your own opinion. They will not know. Even if they know, it's your opinion. Okay, if you have to quote somebody, you can use the exact quote. Do not use it verbatim. Do some adjustment, and definitely do not attribute it, because thesis statement contains the point of view of the author. Even first try to have your own opinion. If you cannot have your own opinion, if you are quoting somebody, just don't attribute it. And thesis statement should not have any example, fact, statistics, nothing. What you feel about the topic. To what extent you are agreeing, what extent you are disagreeing. Actually, you can universally agree, you can universally disagree. Actually, thesis can contain anything. But for UPSC, we need a synthesis. And always remember, 2 to 3 dimensions of your body can be derived from your thesis statement. Because when you are agreeing, when you are disagreeing, so at least 2 to 3 will come directly from here. 2 to 3 dimensions of the body is a direct derivative of your thesis statement. If you write a balanced one. And no facts, no examples, no authors, no. In the essay, in the introduction, in the conclusion, in the body you quote. But thesis, it should be like your own opinion. You have done the research, you have done everything. Like you should talk like that. And never in the essay you have to write in first person. I'm telling, give your opinion, but don't write, I think. Wantlessness cannot be achieved completely. And I don't even think that materialism can be achieved. So that's why I advocate, no. Who the hell are you? No, you are nobody. Always we, us. Even if you are saying the purpose of the essay, let us analyze in the following pages. So always, never in the first person. I, me, no. Like these days, pronouns are in trend, right? He, him, she, her. The pronouns for UPSC essay is we, us. Definitely not I or me. We or us. Let us now analyze the same in the following essay or the following pages as a part of purpose. Okay. First, take down this thesis statement. Okay, you have taken these three things, right? So first take down. The thesis statement contains core argument. The thesis statement contains core argument, and the following things must be kept in mind. Following things must be kept in mind while writing it. The following things must be kept in mind while writing it. First point. Sorry, while writing it. It. Okay, first point. Express your own opinion with respect to the given topic. Express your own opinion with respect to the given topic. Next. Do not quote any authors, thinkers, or philosophers. Do not quote any authors, thinkers, or philosophers. Next. To arrive at a holistic core argument, first write the thesis. First identify the nature of the topic given. Identify the nature of the topic given. So before you can take down, I'm not teaching you how to identify the topics now only, because I want you to write at least 3-4 tests. Once you are done in the advanced classes, we'll take all PYQs, all model topics, and first we will identify if it's a naturally argumentative topic, naturally analytical topic, or partly argumentative, partly analysis. That we will do in the next set of classes. Now, though, you are still not that up to that level. So by the time you write 4 full length tests and 4 mini tests, okay, you will be up to the speed. Then in the advanced classes, we will classify the topic. Then this will become much more holistic, this part. Okay, right. So just show me. Identify the nature of the topic given. So this will further work upon in the next set of classes. Next point. Identify the nature of the topic. Develop a thesis for the topic in its support. Develop the thesis for the topic in its support. Next point. Frame an antithesis against the topic. Frame an antithesis against the topic in opposition against the topic in opposition. Next point. Using a connective word such as however, comma, but, comma, on the contrary, etc. On the contrary, etc. Merge both thesis and antithesis. Merge both thesis and antithesis, forming the synthesis, which becomes the core argument. In the above lines, underline thesis for the topic, antithesis against the topic, and keywords or connective words, however, but, on the contrary. Next point. Avoid any examples, facts, statistics, etc. in the thesis statement. Next point. Ensure that your opinion is conveyed in a crystal clear manner. Ensure that your opinion is conveyed in a crystal clear manner without any ambiguity. Next point. Core argument should be for a maximum of 3 to 4 sentences. Core argument should be for a maximum of 3 to 4 sentences, that is 7 to 8 lines. That is 7 to 8 lines. That is maximum. Okay. Next point. The purpose of the essay can follow the core argument. But is optional to write. Can follow the core argument, but is optional to write, not compulsory. Is optional to write. Next point. Purpose of the essay can be written in a single line. Purpose of the essay can be written in a single line. Can be written in a single line, or for 3 to 4 lines. Or for 3 to 4 lines, depending on the overall size of introduction. Depending on the overall size of introduction. Take down a note. Introduction has to be minimum 10% of the entire length. Has to be minimum 10% of the entire length of the essay, and a maximum of 15%. Underline this. And a maximum of 15%. That is roughly 1 to 1.5 pages. You'll get 11.5 pages in your booklet for essay. First half of the pages, 4 topics will be printed, right? So in 11.5 pages. So 1 to 1.5 pages roughly. So that you don't sit and calculate there. So that means you are writing a essay for 1,000 words, then the introduction can be for 100 to 150 words. Okay, so 1 to 1.5 pages. Yeah, go through. If you have any doubts, you ask. We'll start with we'll write core arguments. Okay, we'll do the exercises. Yeah.
I mean, to express our opinion, we have to compare with any other thing, like giving example. Or
Nothing. Like no, when I told you Mahatma Gandhi, you did not compare him with Ambedkar or Subhash Chandra Bose.
Like if you still to get more clarity.
That comparison you get it in body. If you are comparing something, get it in the body.
I mean, in body, the thesis, antithesis will get covered, sir. But to express our synthesis, my opinion, if we compare with any other thing, the reader will get more understanding.
Hook will capture the attention. To an extent, he will understood something. Here you give your opinion, they will understand. It doesn't have to be that you have to compare things.
More effectiveness by
That
giving
you do in
example.
body. That you give in body.
Body.
Here you are giving your opinion. Opinion does not need an example. Now if I ask you, let's say which political party you support, you will say one political party. For that, I will not need any justification. There will be hundreds of things that makes you support somebody. Or who is your favorite actor if I ask, there will be always one person. It's like, I cannot assume that you support that person because you don't like somebody. You don't, or just you support that person because there is somebody else also who is a film actor. Your opinion is irrespective of any other considerations. That's what opinion is.
Right. I mean, what are the good things he had done? We can write.
There will be 100 factors that will lead to the formation of opinion, but that will not be compared with others. There will be some things that will be there. Clear? Yeah, any other doubts? Online students?
Core argument should be balanced, right?
Balanced, always balanced, holistic.
Identify the antithesis and thesis.
95% of the time, it should be there.
So the good work will be considered as a fact, no, sir.
Which one?
Like if I want to express, if I like that person, so my is good work.
See, core argument is you are telling I like that person.
Yes, sir.
Why you like that person, you tell in the body.
I should tell you.
Yeah, thesis statement, you are telling I like Shah Rukh Khan.
Why? And
Why? You tell whether you like him for his movies, whether you like him for his personality, whether you like him for his looks, right? And why? What are the things that you don't like about him? Everything you tell it in the body. Okay, so body is there. Here you don't have that much words. Here you are telling, okay, I like Shah Rukh Khan. Okay, and he's a good actor. He's one of the great actors, but he has also some limitations, which I am not hugely fond of. This is your core argument. Why, how, when, what? In the body. Anybody else? Any further doubts? Online students? Yes. Funnel. First statement of thesis should be funnel, because it will give a proper continuity. Because funnel is nothing but, if you see it in a way, it's nothing but the supporting argument. When you decipher the meaning, it's like a supporting argument. So it's serving as a funnel also. Okay. And also it is giving a supporting argument. So continue from there on. And then generate the antithesis. Okay then, let's start with some exercises. Core argument. Now if you write a proper core argument, instead of the examiner asking you, कहना क्या चाहते हो, he will be like, क्या बात है, right? So now let's see how many of you write क्या बात है worthy of core arguments. Okay, so let's see. So I hope all of you receive this क्या बात है from me today. Alright, so we'll take some PYQs, some model topics, and we will write core arguments for it. Write it as effective as possible, as holistic as possible, as balanced as possible. So as balanced, as holistic, as effective as possible, as impactful as possible. Your opinion should be there. Just go through the guidelines now once, which I just gave, and then we'll commence. Yes, core argument should be in the intro after the hook. So you are ending your intro at the end of your thesis statement. Okay, so core argument and the purpose of the essay marks the end of the introduction. All right, went through. Okay, so I want you to implement all this. We'll take this topic as first. The difference between stumbling blocks and stepping stones is how you use them. So 5 minutes I think is more than enough for you to think about the topic, because I've already deciphered the topic for you. Okay, so since the topic is all deciphered, as effectively as possible, let's see how many of you get kya baat hai. Online students, send it to me, write it and send it to me on my Telegram ID, right? So typing in the chat box may take time, so send it to me on my Telegram ID. For those of you who do not have, I am writing my Telegram ID here below. Take a pic of that and send. Time has already started. 5 minutes. So write as balanced, as holistic, as effective as possible. Last 2 minutes, come on. Come on, hurry up. Last minute, come on, finish it up. Yeah, time up. Yes, come on. Those of you who have written, start sending. Here, pass your booklets. Let me read. Come on. Who is going first? Yeah. Come on, 5 minutes is more than sufficient. Okay, take 10 seconds more. Yeah, you're done? Alright. I'll read a few, others keep passing. The topic contains the idea that our choice during the time of adversities. That's your funnel, sort of. Okay. It tries to convey that we should use the difficult times or the obstacles as an opportunity for growth, oblique to realize our inner potential. But however, everyone wouldn't have the courage to use the positivity, or because of the lack of guidance, one cannot use it as an opportunity. Overall, we should never be disappointed to face negatives. We should choose positivity in the negative situation to grow up. Pretty holistic. Okay, well done. Almost kya baat hai, but not very. True meaning is achieved based on how a person perceives the situation, accept it, and convert obstacles into an achievement. Life is never a full circle, it always has ups and downs. How one can accept the path and reaches the goal matters. However, certain situations will be like a soup in the bowl, rather salad to differentiate. In such situation, even though we cannot take complete advantage of the situation, a balanced way can be achieved through mindful effort. Kya baat hai? Good job. Yeah. Who else? Give yours. It's okay. The difference between a problem and an opportunity is how we perceive an event. Often stumbling blocks can turn into stepping stones with an optimistic worldview. However, our perception of a problem or an opportunity itself can be a mirage, and hence we may not be able to differentiate between a stumbling block and a stepping stone. Kya baat hai? Good job. Yeah. Anybody else? I'll read a few from online students after this. Our mindset is very important in the path of goal. The ambitious person always has positive reaction in any ambiguity in the life, so he can use the stone to stepping for next level. If a negative mindset person worry about the stumbling block, so he will not reach his goal. Visionary person will always search for sunrise and he will reach his goal. That connective word is not there. However, but that is, before you go for the antithesis, you have to put the connective words. Couple of online students. According to the topic given above, it can be inferred that the progress depends on the right mindset and not the path given. Some may perceive the path to be difficult and challenging, whereas some may get success without tackling the path by the help of right attitude. Let us explore how various manifestations of same path will lead to the different results. It does not have a antithesis. There is only thesis. So antithesis is missing here. Okay. So next one. A person's life will never be a cakewalk. It will be filled with opportunities and problems. It is the right attitude of the person whether he or she can flip the coin of problems into opportunity and vice versa. The right attitude brings in courage or fear, which can either take you to the heights or make you fall from the heights. Antithesis can be further framed because connective word is missing. However, but so antithesis can be framed better here. Next, a man who pay heeds to the conscience of courage will not be affected by obstacles in life. Such a person needs to have perseverance and belief in his will. While a person focusing on half-empty glass will not be able to use his adversities as a stepping stone to success. However, how hard we try, however, sometimes how hard we try, things do not go in our favor. Inner will is a ray of sunlight, but sometimes the vision is blurred by the clouds of economic and social limitations. Very effective, kya baat hai? But write it in the same paragraph. Length is little too big. Okay, 1 or 2 lines can be little shorter here. Okay, next one. Modifying fears into powers. Wow, modifying fears into powers makes our life grateful. In that process, we will be realizing our potential. But sometimes we cannot extend beyond our potential. We do give up sometimes. If life throws spikes on your path, make beautiful crown from that to wear it as a queen. Good, very well written. Okay, very impactful. Good job. Okay, I'll go for one more, last one before we go for the next one. To face odds in pursuit of something is natural. Success is achieved when one is determined to learn from failures and keep moving forward. This dedication towards the goal erases all the roadblocks. However, in the long run, it is necessary to identify stumbling blocks and take a step back in order to take 2 steps forward later. Again, kya baat hai? Very well written. So good job, everybody. Okay, time to write the next one. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Okay, 5 minutes. Time starts now. Come on, 5 minutes. Same. Okay. Others who did not write in time or I could not read, this time I'll read yours. Last 2 minutes. Come on, hurry up. All right, time up. Yes. Offline students start giving. Online students start sending. All right. A better versions are created by decreasing complexities. The more one go towards the excellence, the more it needed to be denser in the qualities. The simple and effective compounds shares the purposes. However, some solution needs multidimensional approaches and to be equipped with many attributes. It's a decent enough core argument because the opinion is not very crystal clear in this. One more. Being simple in life is more complex. Our human life revolves around the many problems from dawn to dusk. A simple ideas makes path and solution to the complex problem. However, sometimes simple ideas may not yield and lead to solution, but worsen the situation. Decent enough, I would say above average. Okay, decent enough. Yeah. Those who have not read, give me yours. Pass. It's okay. Being a simple man to lead an ultimate life, being simple down to earth will drop the baggage of the life's burden and lead us to positive attitude which is integral to our life. However, same paragraph. However, the life of simplicity need not to be very simple. Even the ultimate sophistication can be achieved with the right mind and soul to operate. Decent, above average. Yeah. Nagraj, give yours. Yeah. Being simple, which gives the good living style and gives comfortable to do more, but at the ultimate which leads to complicate the things and uncertainty will happen. Hence, simplicity should be an effective manner with less expectation. Connective word, the antithesis is not very much appropriate, right? Being simple is hard. It is very difficult to make things simple, but it can be easy to make simple things complicated. However, the ultimate wisdom of human lies in making sophisticated things simple to solve complicated problems that we face in everyday life. So now you have complicated this. How you have complicated this? You have used two connectives, but and however. So just use one so that it's crystal clear. First part thesis, second part antithesis leading to the synthesis. Okay, keep it very simple. Simple living is to solve many problems of our daily life. You have to improve your handwriting. Today's capitalist world, every person running behind the materialistic life and become a consumeristic mindset person. So we make our life very complicated. So we in our life make balance between materialistic life and spiritualistic life. Then we solve many problems of our daily life. See, in this, your opinion is not reflected. This, what you have written here, can be a dimension in the body, but not the core argument, because opinion is not clear. Okay. Simplicity. Simple task not in sync with the complex world makes it an ultimate challenge to continue. Consistency with simplicity. However, clear long-term vision with renunciation like the monks makes the path simple towards simplicity. Again, not very effective here. Okay, your opinion is not clear. You can express more clearly per se. Okay, so opinion is not clear. All right, let us now do one for a technical topic. So philosophical topic you have done, same process. Okay, thesis, antithesis. Sometimes in technical topic there may not be antithesis. Okay, sometimes you have to choose based on the topic. All right, we will do same format. Everything else remains same. Ensure that you give your own opinion in a crystal clear manner. There may be a tendency, there may be an urge to include facts or statistics. No, only your opinion, right? Only your opinion. So let's go. Yeah.
Can we include?
You have to include, not can. Thesis, antithesis leading to synthesis.
Synthesis,
Yeah.
synthesis,
Yeah.
can we include some elements of antithesis?
No, thesis plus antithesis becomes synthesis.
Yes, sir. Like,
See, to have a synthesis, you need antithesis.
yes, sir.
In 95% of the topics given. Only in rare universal topics you will not have the antithesis part. Okay, otherwise you will just get one-sided opinion. Okay, let's commence. All right.
Sir, in technical topic, we don't use the statics and
So-
some examples of it.
In the body, we are now talking only with respect to the core argument. In the body, you have to use, otherwise your essay will become very unbalanced. Okay, not impactful. So body part we'll see tomorrow. Where to use example, how to use example, it's there. But only in core argument, which is a part of introduction, absolutely no examples. In the core argument, no examples, no facts, no statistics, no thinkers, theories, nobody. It's only you as the author, your own point of view, that will be serving as a core argument. Right? So let's go. 5 minutes. Time starts now. Farming has lost the ability to be a source of subsistence for majority of farmers. Farming has lost the ability to be a source of subsistence for majority of farmers in India. So what is your thesis? What is your antithesis? Combine the both to make a synthesis. Last 1 minute, hurry up, come on. All righty. Time up. Come on. Yeah. Start sending online students, offline students. Start giving. As India is an agrarian country, subsistence becomes the norm. But now the subsistence aspect became obsolete. Onset of globalization, farming became communal rather than subsistence. However, in some primitive societies, farming is the source of subsistence for their food source. Again, the thing is, but however, it becomes very confusing. First, thesis proper. After that, put however or but antithesis. Otherwise, it becomes very confusing. So keep it very simple and effective. UPSC in general is all about keeping it simple and effective, especially essays. Simple and effective will work. Next, post 1991 liberalization, it was thought that industry would replace farming as a source of employment, but it didn't happen. Farming is still a source of subsistence. However, with climate change as a looming threat and stress on environmental friendly agriculture, which is pesticide free, the threat of farming acting as a subsistence source for farmer. Opinion is not clear here. Okay, what exactly कहना क्या चाहते हो, that part, right? It's not very clear. And also write it in the single paragraph. Don't write two paragraphs. One paragraph, that will do. Yeah. One para, okay. Farming is the process of harvesting, growing, sowing and post-harvesting activity. Definition is not needed. I don't need definition. I need opinion. This and all we'll see when to write. Okay. So just your opinion. It is a sine qua non activity for human welfare and sustenance. On the contrary, it has lost its ability to become income generation due to some multifaceted complexities and lost its ability to be a source of substances. But nevertheless, it is inevitable as man cannot live without food, and though by process of precision farming, use of technology, it got its importance back. Alright. So again, on the contrary, nevertheless. See, why you used on the contrary? Because you gave the definition of farming which was not required as part of core argument. Core argument, no need of definition. Opinion is there. So if this was not there, this would have been a very good one. Now this was there, it's little complicated. The largest workforce sector, that is agriculture, has remained as a mere subsistence in this 21st century and sometimes has lost its aura. On the contrary, technological interventions and proper farming methods can bring back the farming to new heights. Let us discuss why in this following essay. Kya baat hai? Very neutral opinion, both sides effectively conveyed. Yeah. Couple more. With growing technological innovations, farming became a commercial activity. Farming or agriculture is also contributing very well to GDP. But in some tribal areas and backward areas, it has remained as a source of subsistence. Agriculturists should introduce new methods and tools to these backward areas and tribal areas to make them equally potent. Decent enough. Okay. So decent enough. We'll read one more. In India, farmers, known as the backbone of the economy, are struggling to support themselves financially and to protect environment around them due to various factors. However, India also makes way for farmers who have achieved their self-sufficiency financially, along with fulfilling Indian economy and balancing out environmental sustainability. Good enough. Okay, the antithesis was not very impactfully written, but still good enough. Alright, so both for technical topics, philosophical topics, remember, keep it simple, keep it effective, keep it impactful. Okay, follow those things. Now, as a last exercise, okay, for the day, so what we will do is, we will write the entire introduction. We will choose the topic, hook, funnel, you take a call. If it's a complicated topic, hidden meaning. Okay, if it is a straightforward topic, go for skip the funnel, core argument. Okay, here I'll give you choice. choice of topics. Right, we have not written any, fourth topic don't write because, no, fifth topic is not needed because we have done it as an exercise. So out of the first 4 topics, okay, choose any topic, write a hook, a funnel if you feel it's needed, and the core argument. I think 10 minutes, all right. You can do a brainstorming for 1 minute. I generally give a little less time than what you will get in the exam. So I'm pushing you against the wall. So that is my style. So always you'll get little less time than you'll get in the exam. So that if you can write here, then definitely it will happen in the exam. So first 4 topics, anyone. Okay, I will not be particular about this. We have already discussed these 4 topics, their essence. You know their essence of the topic. So funnel is already been discussed. So identify a hook, identify a core argument, do a brainstorming. All right, now I am starting the time, 10 minutes. And after this we'll wrap up. We'll continue tomorrow with respect to the body. After reading out, after you're done with this, we'll read out a few people's and then we will wrap up today's session. Okay, write as impactfully as possible, as good as possible, both hook as well as the core argument, that is the thesis. Last 4 minutes, 6 minutes are up. Last 4 minutes. Come on. Start writing a core argument. It should be done by hook now. Last 1 minute. Come on, hurry up. Okay, those of you who are done can start giving me or sending me. There is about 30 seconds more to go. And others can also keep writing. But those of you who are done can start sending. Start giving, start sending. Others can continue writing. I will start reading. Come on. Then it's in the past. Others keep sharing. Scenic. We all know the story of Ramayana where the small army with no good equipment of Sri Rama defeated the big army of Ravana. In this case, there appears a question: what made the defeat of large army by small army possible? By the way, this topic is a smile is a chosen vehicle for all ambiguities. Sorry, I didn't tell it at the outset. So, topic is a smile is a chosen vehicle for all ambiguities. I'll start reading again. We all know the story of Ramayana, where the small army with no good equipment of Sri Rama defeated the big army of Ravana. In this case, there appears a question that what made the defeat of large army by small army possible? Question mark. It is the smile and confidence of Sri Rama which gave courage and confidence to small Vanara Sena to move forward and kill Ravana. Thus, a smile can act as a chosen path to large ambiguities of life. However, one cannot smile in all situations. It ultimately depends on the situation an individual is in. Situation determines smile or sadness of life. Very holistic, effective. Hook could have been slightly expressed better. 2 paragraphs is sufficient. Otherwise, it will look like GS points. So many small paragraphs. Okay. So good. Okay. I wouldn't say very good, but good enough. Yeah. Others? Yeah. You're done. During the 12th century, when okay, sorry. Yeah, I generally give one topic. No, so the topic is history is a series of victories won by the scientific man over romantic man. That's the topic. During the 12th century, when Alexander, A caps man, noun always caps. Okay, capital letters for all the nouns. Alexander invaded the Gupta dynasty. Oh my God, no! Alexander Gupta dynasty.
He invaded the Indian subcontinent.
Yeah, Indian subcontinent, yes, but Guptas come in 3rd century CE, that is AD. Chandragupta was Mauryan dynasty, Chandragupta Maurya, that is the Maurya dynasty, and that is after post Alexander. When Alexander invaded, Nanda dynasty was ruling in the Indian subcontinent. In main dynasty in India would be the Nanda dynasty. In the northwestern frontier, it will the Porus or King Puru as we call him, right? So that will be, yeah. So and there is one more. The Ambhi will be the ruler of Takshila. Okay, those 2 people. Ambhi will surrender for Alexander without any fight, and Porus will put a very brave fight. And looking at his remarkable bravery and courage, Porus will be reinstated back on throne after defeated by Alexander, and his territories will be enlarged. Sorry, that ancient Indian professor in me for a second took over. Let's come back to essay. So, but still, factually incorrect information should not be there. Okay. So this hook is factually incorrect. Okay, so I'll still read it out. Okay, the core argument. In the contemporary times, it is the logic supplant over the emotions. Science becomes more important than arts. During the times of adversaries, we should consider the difficulty as a puzzle to solve by our logic and knowledge rather than obstacle by our emotions. But in life, sometimes emotions take over rationality, and it is better to let flow than to control to free ourselves. Core argument is good. Hook is decent if factually it was correct. Who else? Give yours. Yeah. Same topic. History is a series of victories of scientific man over romantic man. A village beneath the Himalayan region was happy and contemplated place with monks, tourists and villagers. The adverse effect of climate change, entire village was flooded due to melting down of snow. A village heads meet and they took a strong decision of evacuating the entire village. Many people and monks disagreed to this decision due to emotions and love for the village, but at the end, village head convinced the villagers that and successfully shifted everyone to the safe place. Here, one logical decisions will make life easier and in safe position and giving importance to emotions at a certain time. Here, a logic prevailed over emotions. all the core argument part, that is the hook, decent enough hook. Always it will be better if it's a real hook. Always logic comes to the rescue when in difficult situations. It is wise to listen to mind rather than heart, which blocks us and pushes us down from taking strong and stable decisions. However, certain times emotions play an equal role in life too. Everything cannot be decided with logic. Balancing logic and emotions gives courage to take wise decisions. Very well and a very balanced core argument. Kya baat hai? Okay, I'll read a couple from online students. Topic is, okay, this is a previous one. Same topic, history, romantic man or scientific man. India was on the grip of colonial Britain since 17th century. Many personalities tried to get rid of colonial rule with very narrow ideals like armed struggle and petition, prayers, etc., but were not successful to a large extent. Then comes the scientific man with his rational ideas of truth and non-violence, which finally, with other factors, gave us the freedom, and that is Mahatma Gandhi. The main idea here is scientific rationality prevailed over emotional appeal in human history. However, many times emotions play outstanding role over rational appeal to succeed. Core argument can be more holistic, otherwise hook is fine. Ashoka the Great, same topic again. Ashoka the Great, after Kalinga war, started a policy of Dhamma in which he showed compassion to others and said he would not contest any war. But being a scientific man, he did not romanticize that he would disband his army. This showed how practical he was. In life also, being practical and rational will only help than being emotional. We might have come across this question mostly: do you listen to your heart or do you listen to your brain? We have contrary answers to this, and in this essay, let us discuss how contrary these answers are and how history is a series of victories won by scientific man over romantic man. Hook is good. Core argument is not well structured. Okay, the topic is smile is chosen vehicle for all ambiguities. One fine day, yet mundane morning, while reading through the newspaper, Alfred Nobel stumbled upon his obituary. This ambiguous news, although was a blunder, disturbed Mr. Nobel to his core in the first sight of reading news. The title read, "The Prince of Death is no more." He remorsed in the first sight of read, but eventually have thought of welcoming the controversies with a smile. As we know, smile is the solution for all panaceas. A simple smile in heart can reduce significant hurdle at core. However, a simple always cannot resolve the hurdles. Hook is not clear. Core argument is also not very clear. We'll read one last, okay, from online students and wrap up for today. During ancient times, or at least before the advent of technology into our lives, a disciple student would, the topic again, sorry. The topic is the process of self-discovery has now been technologically outsourced. Okay, I'll repeat again. During ancient times, or at least before the advent of technology into our lives, a disciple or student would take the help of a teacher or books to get answers for his desires in life. Or he or she would have taken time to understand oneself rather than everything being instantaneous. Things took time and were much impactful and stayed with oneself for long. Gautam Buddha or Mahavira also became great religious gurus due to their wisdom, which was gained through self-discovery. Self-discovery nowadays became technologically dependent. People then outwards to the technology to understand themselves or become self-aware rather than turning inward. Life has become instant even in the path of self-awareness. But sometimes technologically also gives us insights rather than different perspectives which are not understood or discovered in a short span. Hook is a descriptive hook, is decent. Technology part in hook is not very well addressed. Okay, and the core argument can be more balanced here. So far not even one kya baat hai. I'll try and read one more, see if we can end it on a kya baat hai. Okay. Apeksha, a 17-year, again same topic, the process of self-discovery has now been technologically outsourced. Apeksha, a 17-year-old girl, was preparing for her board exams due in a couple of months. She knew she was an average student who needs to devote more time to her studies and take some time off social media. However, she started finding herself staring at ceilings at nights, unable to sleep. Soon she noticed a difference in her social media habits. Her phone prompted 6 hours of screen time, 4 hours of screen time to Instagram. She was getting addicted to escape that online world provided from all the stress of the approaching exams and the need to perform harder. She started practicing meditation to relieve her anxiety and dedicated required amount for studies. She passed her board satisfactorily. Observing her habits helped her work on her anxiety. Next point, technological advancement. Now, before I read the core argument, the hook part does not convey the idea that the process of self-discovery has now been technologically outsourced. It conveys the harms, the perils of social media or technology, but not the self-discovery. It's like she was addicted to social media, then there was self-discovery. So, technologically, either playing a positive role in self-discovery is not there yet. Core argument. Technological advancements have proven to be extremely helpful these days to learn about the world as well as to know oneself. In present times, the sheer amount of information available over the internet can be used to learn and master skills, to find one's calling and earn a livelihood. However, the role of family, friends and teachers cannot be replaced by technology in shaping an individual. Core argument is good. Core argument is written very well. I'll just read one more. I don't want to end it on a medium note. Man, last one, no matter how it is. Man in prehistoric times and historic times has had a completely different lifestyle comparing to present times. They had ample time. If not, they used to make time to spend it with one's own self and with their family and friends. The man's critics was himself or his family or friends. Today, from time we wake up until we go back to sleep, we are attached to the electronic devices, whether we feel good or bad, anger, happiness, everything is shared on device or media. The process of analyzing oneself about health, directions, everything is on technology. Self-awareness has become possible mostly under the influence of technology. This is the hook, very well written hook. With growing technology, people's dependency towards it, even to know about their own body functioning, emotions have increased. Technologically has become a friend of humans, replacing their own ability to be self-aware. However, there are people in incognito who have not given up on their ability to self-analyze and take critical analysis from their loved ones. The process of self-awareness is though yet completely outsourced to the technology, yet to be completely outsourced to the technology. Kya baat hai? Very good. Okay, so hook is good, core argument is holistic and balanced. We'll wrap up the session here today. If you have any doubts, you can reach out to me on my Telegram ID or after the class here. And tomorrow we will begin with body. Okay, as I told you, there are various types of essay writing, like argumentative type, analytical type, descriptive type. So tomorrow's entire session and day after tomorrow's first half of the session will work on body, and then what remains is the conclusion. Same, we'll do exercise. I'll tell you how to form an argumentative type of body. We'll do exercises, analytical type of body, exercises, descriptive type of body, exercises, right? And tomorrow, as I told you, 1 p.m. Okay, 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. will be our timings. Hopefully it shouldn't rain. If it rains, as the adage goes, man proposes, God disposes, right? As they say, right? To quickly restart play after it rains, they invested crores of rupees in Chinnaswamy Stadium in the subsurface drainage system. But if that will come into the picture only if the rain stops. If it rains continuously for 7-8 hours, no matter how much best technology you will have, play cannot start. So man proposes, God disposes against nature. Okay, human will is Nothing. All right. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, at 1 p.m. All right, where we'll start with the body. All right. Take care. Can you just end the session? There. Yeah.
So how about the mental?
We'll meet one-on-one for mentoring. Yeah, in this thing. You wanna meet tomorrow? Okay. I'll let you know the timings.
Tomorrow I have class till 5.
No problem. We can meet around.